The fifth season of The Witcher will be the final one, but there's very little likelihood that it will conclude like the novels do. Although the Netflix series is based on Andrzej Sapkowski's works, the canon has undergone substantial alterations from season to season. Actor Henry Cavill is said to have quit The Witcher due to these modifications, which has put the film in the center of controversy. It's interesting to note that, out of all the past seasons of The Witcher, Season 4 might be the closest to the books. Geralt and Ciri's exploits were largely true to the original material, although Yennefer's conflict with Vilgefortz was a creation of the Netflix series. However, Season 5's conclusion might be difficult given the numerous changes throughout time and Yennefer's journey in The Witcher Season 4. If The Witcher Season 5 is to follow Sapkowski's books in any manner, there will be a lot of material to cover. At the conclusion of The Witcher Season 4, Yennefer is headed to Vilgefortz's refuge at Striga Castle, where the novel's climactic confrontation takes place. But before Geralt and Ciri are forced to face Vilgefortz, they both go through a number of unusual adventures. Ciri's book story is probably going to be adapted for the screen in The Witcher Season 5, although it will need to be drastically cut down to fit in about 8 episodes. However, some aspects of Geralt's future experiences would not align with the Netflix series progression. First of all, after escaping the Queen of Rivia in the novels, Geralt begins to suspect Yennefer of betraying him to Vilgefortz. As a result, he starts having sex with Fringilla. Fringilla and Philippa are still adversaries in the Witcher books at this point, trying to divert Geralt's attention from his mission. Fringilla, however, falls in love with Geralt while attempting to keep him busy. In the television series Witcher, this plotline would be completely nonsensical. Not only would it be extremely annoying for Geralt and Yennefer to be at war once more, but their deceit is improbable due to Fringilla and Philippa's relationship with Yennefer. The Witcher Season 5 will undoubtedly alter Geralt's route to Striga Castle, but we may assume that the Netflix series will still take its protagonist there for a major confrontation. Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri should settle their disputes with Vilgefortz, Leo Bonhart, and Imhir var Emrius in Striga. The storylines in the books don't end here, even if this is the grand finale. The Witcher novels take Geralt to Rivia following the battle at Striga, where he becomes embroiled in a riot and is mortally stabbed. When Yennefer shows up, she tries desperately to heal him, but eventually runs out of energy and passes out. Ciri behaves as though they had passed away in the novels, but The Witcher leaves their fates unclear. It's a very convoluted conclusion that functions nicely as a literary device, but it might not seem the same on screen. We can presume that this conclusion will also be modified given the several modifications Netflix's The Witcher has previously made to the narrative. Although it's unclear what will happen to Geralt and Yennefer, a more optimistic approach would better suit the tone of the on-screen narrative. Another problem will be time limits. It is more likely that Striga's struggle will serve as The Witcher's climax. Naturally, only time will tell.